as you've probably guessed by the title of this video, I've already done the workouts, so I can safely say I'm very, very happy with the results. So yeah, PRs all round, just apart from bench, of course, because shoulder needs to still get looked at before I go any heavier. But I will be working up bench press, so that'll be fun to do. And yeah, just gonna try and figure out my new program now, and see what I can do. And we have deload week after this, so after this week, deload week, so that'll be the 5th week. And all's good. I don't know if I will put that all in one video, not sure, but deload week, just doing less weight, and have a bit of a relax, because the rest of this week is kind of like deload as well, so there won't be any tremendous numbers going up, but I'm very happy with the results anyway. So what's next? Well, you just gotta watch the rest of the video, and then I'll give you the answer afterwards. So enjoy the PRs and everything, so enjoy. So starting off with the 220 squat, the PR, and the comeback of the squat for me after having a hip flexor strain or whatever. I have now managed to come back and destroy 220, and yeah, it felt amazing. It feels good to be back in the place I was, and very, very proud of myself. And yes, you're probably wondering, why the fuck are you in a stringer for your whatever they're called, back off sets? You're probably thinking, what an absolute psycho, and you are correct. I am a bit of a psycho, and I'm kind of numb to it at this point. So anywho, less of me squatting in a stringer and being viciously unique. Everything went well with squats, and I'm very, very happy with the result I managed to achieve. And there'll definitely be more in the future, because what we got is deload week after this week, and then onto the new program, which will be unique to see if it works or if it doesn't. All that we'll be able to tell in the future. So hopefully that comes of something. But anyway, bench press. We're back to benching 3 times a week. So when it comes to bench, I'm pretty sure I'll just put it on pull day, because I'll be reducing my my time in the gym to 4 days, because I tend to find I'm very fatigued a lot of the time on Thursday, which is when I'm doing my second bench session. So by doing that, I'm able to recover and stuff. But might be a case of bench, just bench and then go home sort of thing. Depends on that kind of layout, might work, but we will have to see, because my gym is fairly busy, as it is a very small community gym. So it might be a case of I bench at a different point or something like that. It's all varied and stuff, so depends. But now onto incline bench, doing 80 kilograms. Definitely improving in this department, because I remember not being able to do this, and I'm just making this more of a replacement for dumbbells, because my shoulder still does hurt whenever I lift it. I'd put all that pressure on my rotator cuff, because As a person once pointed out to me, rotator cuffs are the only bitches you'll probably ever get, because they're really, really, really annoying. So yeah, it's just the unfortunate side of lifting and doing martial arts and MMA on the side. So yeah, it's a fun experience, I can definitely say. But now on to some flies, try and, you know, get that chest really pumping. So we've done the heavy pressing movement, now we're on to the chest flies to, you know, stretch that chest and then pull it back in. Typically you would just see me doing chest flies most of the time, because that was the only movement that I could actually do with minimal like discomfort. And now I can do some pressing movements. It's a big sigh of relief, if you couldn't tell by the sound of my voice. So I am extremely happy with the result. So yeah, just hopefully now my chest will finally grow, because I've been stuck at, you know, I wouldn't say my chest is small, but it's, you know, it's not where I want it to be. I mean, a lot of things are not where I want it to be, but beggars can't be choosers. Some things you cannot train to failure and they grow. For the lads, they know what I mean, so keep that in mind. If your tongue can't grow, just grow your biceps. They can flex, you have 20 inches. Simple. But yeah, in regards to chest, it's looking very, very good. So yeah, very, very happy. And yeah, next we'll be doing skull crushes. I did 2 sets of this. It's just unfortunate that I forgot to film a set. I'm a bit of an idiot sometimes, and I forget to film my second set, and unfortunately that does happen. So yeah, skull crushes to, you know, get those triceps nice and strong. I'm thinking on adding different tricep movements to help with tricep strength, as I am a close grip bench presser, so I need them triceps nice and big and strong. So anyway, doing some single arm push down things. I call them tricep extensions because it's not a push down, it's not a, you know, anything really, it's just more of a extension of the tricep muscle. And it works because I've maxed out this machine, because I wouldn't say it's that heavy. With Techno Gym equipment, it can be very varied on how difficult it can be. But I can safely say I max out these machines, so there's not really much point in me doing push downs with just like a regular V-bar or straight bar. So what I've managed to do is I've managed to like try and make it more difficult, as in, like, you know, doing a benched version where you're pulling it right across your body. That kind of like takes out some like momentum and stability, you know. And well, single arm tricep push down, it does the job, you know. I'm still doing the same movement. That's what some people don't understand. When you're doing the exact same pattern, so like extension in the same way, it's going to target those muscles. It doesn't really matter if it's a rope, it's a V-bar, all this shit. You know, people can say shit all they want, but it doesn't really make a difference in my personal book. If you know, if it's the same like same movement, and, you know, same like pattern of you know, direction or whatever, it's going to do the exact same muscles. So just my personal opinion on it. And now we're on to some posing, where you get to see my lovely hairy body. I mean, on camera it doesn't look that bad, but trust me, it is bad in person. So but anyway, we'll be on to some pull day next, so enjoy that. Now on to pull day, doing deadlifts and back and biceps. So we got 250 on the bar, and yeah, see how quickly that moves without any stims, because my squat was with stims, my deadlift is without. I just have chalk, a belt, and sheer determination. So enjoy. Now starting off with 250 kilos, 551 pounds. Yeah, I am very, very happy with the result, and yeah, I was very surprised in a weird way that I could get up, because I remember like 6 months ago I attempted 240 and absolutely failed, and when it came to 235 it went up easy. So it's been a long time coming. So yeah, deadlifts are now at least decent, decent. They're not like a movement that's amazing yet, but I'll get there, and I'm very, very happy with the way it's been going, thanks to Sexy Mullet Man himself, the phenom, the absolute legendary, powerlifter, Sexy Mullet Man, just telling me, you need to just pull some slack and, do this, do that. He's been able to, semi-coach me. He doesn't like coach me anymore, but he's like, coach, you need to do this, you need to do that. But thank you to him, I'm able to, deadlift this much. But now onto Pendlay rows. I only recorded one set, weirdly, but I did 2 of these, and they're fairly decent. So, but anyway, on to some lat pull downs with a neutral grip. It's a neutral, like, short grip, I like to present it as, because I'm more of a wider individual. I have quite wide and longer arms, so what I like is the mag grip that's more like outwards. So it's just I was training with a friend, so I had to go to his sort of like his width that he prefers. He's not much of a girth person, if you get what I mean. But yeah, did some lat pull downs, fairly heavy, because you tend to find the more closer in the grip is, the easier it is. So I was doing like 100, 110, so fairly decent weights to be doing on a lat pull down. But yet again, lat pull downs are very, very different, because they're cable based, so they can be either very hard or pretty much easy. But it all depends on the cable manufacturer. But anyway, to finish off some lats, I decided to do some some lat pullovers, to fully get those lats nice and finished off. Primarily because I just needed that extra boost of pumping my lats, and it definitely does work. I mean, I've seen many bodybuilders go in between lat pull down and this, so could be a thing in the future. But anyway, on to some cable rows, keeping my back straight, well, straight but more leaning back, and then pulling straight through, trying to get that squeeze as Sam likes to say, try and squeeze those traps and activate them, keep them tense and all that. But yeah, definitely coming along my traps, so hopefully that'll improve my back by a lot. So trying to improve these minor things may seem a bit daunting to some people, but when you're trying to like look good and feel strong, it's just like those kinds of things that push you. Don't do it in a healthy way. As long as you're like, yeah, I'm at least decent, because some people can take it a bit too far and be very, very unhealthy with it. But in the healthiest way, you just do it more of a critic instead of you're just like putting yourself down kind of thing. So keep that in mind when you're lifting and trying to bring up some body parts. Don't put yourself down. Motivate yourself. Stop being a downer on yourself, because you're only just gonna nerf yourself if that's anything to go by. But anyway, we're on to some preacher curls. Preacher curls for no girls, if you get what I mean. But yeah, preacher curls with fairly heavy weight. I was feeling very, very strong that day. So, well, today. So, but with everything in mind, it's just like my biceps, they're getting bigger, my back's getting bigger. All these areas are improving. So hopefully it keeps this upwards trajectory of stuff I'm doing, because I really do enjoy going to the gym. So, like many of us, love going to the gym. So by keeping this upward trajectory of strength and size, can't wait to see what I'll able to achieve, and maybe this may become something. But yeah, after these I did some cable curls. So yeah, that would be my entire workout. It's fairly simple, because with biceps you don't really have to do so many movements, because in biceps, in the word bi, it means two, hence bisexuals. Not me, I'm bisexual me. But in this, so one, people like to believe you need like a movement like in front of you and then behind you, kind of like bicep movements. So preacher's in front of you and cable curls like behind you, which you'll be able to see in a bit. So that kind of theory, I do try, and it does increase my bicep volume. So I'm trying to upgrade those parts of my body, because I wouldn't say they're the best. So yeah, definitely working on those for now, and yeah, everything's looking very good. So enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you very much. So, after all that, it's back to the drawing board of what to do in terms of how to get stronger, bigger, you know. So, I'll be looking at my program and I will be taking out chest and arms, as I believe it doesn't really benefit me in any way. Because if I take it out and then, nothing really happens, it's just more recovery time, because I tend to find that I'm very fatigued on, like, when it's chest and arms Thursday. And I think, is it really worth, even me going to do some chest and arms? Not really. So I just think taking it out might just give me more recovery time and, better gains, because, I can always do cardio. Like, I do cardio on Sunday, and on Wednesday I do MMA. So technically cardio and endurance, but with all that in mind, I just I think I'm going to put Thursday's session as leg day. So I'm not like on Friday thinking, I hate my life. So moving that to Thursday, and hopefully don't want to kill myself. And and I'll be benching on pull day as well. So my friends heavily recommend benching 3 times a week. So that'll be certainly interesting to see, and I'll have to see what sort of variations I'm thinking of. Larsen press, I don't think's in the it's where Larsen press, for those who don't know, is where you don't use any leg drive. I don't typically do that. I haven't done that in a while. But when it comes to it, excuse me. Sorry. I don't think my upper body is a big problem. I think it's like my leg drive and keeping my butt on the bench. So by doing that, by doing like tempo and stuff, I'll be able to get a lot stronger. So I'm probably gonna do 2 bench sessions tempo. So Tuesday and Saturday tempo, and then Monday be just normal pause, kind of thing. And then for just hypertrophy stuff, it's more like, I'm doing the exact same thing. So like I'm just doing the exact same movement, just kind of the same thing I've been doing for a long time. And if a movement doesn't work, then just replace it. Because I've found a lot of success with certain movements. So when it comes to it, and I've benched and done incline bench, flies are very useful. So I'm definitely keeping them in. And when it comes to triceps, it's kind of hard to think of what else I could do, because the thing with triceps is that they're a lot bigger than the biceps, so they're fairly slow recovering. I can still feel mine right now. So when it comes to tricep strength, I might put more skull crushers or implement dips back in, because I'll just have to do my research when it comes to that. But see what works, and see what works for me, because if dips are able to work and stuff, then I'm more than happy to do that. For like leg day, I'm gonna continue what I'm doing because it seems to be working. And for legs, my gym doesn't have the best machines, so I don't have a hack squat. I don't have I have a leg press at the most for like heavy accessory movements. But I know my Bulgarian split squat's gonna increase, so that'll probably put a lot of mass on my legs. And only when I start looking like you know, Henry VIII, where he has like them baggy like shorts, and then they go into his like stockings, and it makes calves look incredibly small. Until I kind of look like that, then I'll start to train calves, because I don't think my calves are that bad, he says, but they're not terrible, you know. But for hypertrophy reasons, you know, everything's pretty much staying the same. Just like trying to increase progressively overload, you know, that kind of thing. And and also I don't know if many make it to the end of this video, but I've reached 500 subscribers, which is amazing. You know, I don't think it was that too long ago, I think 5 months ago, that I was on like, 80 subscribers, and now I've got up to 500, which is very, very good. That's primarily because of my short form content, but I like doing this long form content just for those who actually watch me, instead of, you know, just click subscribe and, you know, like. So yeah, most things for the future gonna stay the same in terms of hypertrophy, strength movements. Definitely gonna keep RDLs in, so I'm gonna go heavier. My goal is to get heavier on RDLs. Bulgarians definitely heavier. Incline bench, definitely gonna go heavier. And yeah, that's pretty much those kinds of accessories that I do for stuff, and hopefully with you know, skull crushers, get more weight on. So yeah, the goals for the next block, which will be after this week and next week, will be a 3 rep max series. I don't know what to call it. I mean, we're approaching well, we're in the middle of summer, so you know, I'll have to see what I call it, but you know, can't call it summer comeback because I've already done that. But we'll have to see. But for 3 reps, potential goals for that. So for 3 rep on squat, I did 205. Maybe 207 for 3, depending. If it's not like that kind of thing yet, then I will stick at like 200 or something, you know, try and get it, and, you know, completely solid full out movement. It just depends on that. For 3 on bench, I might be looking at 115 or 220, not 220, Jesus Christ, 120. So that kind of area, because I'm still, you know, getting used to benching again. And for deadlifts, I think 230 for 3 would be a good cheeky little PR, and yeah, it'll look very good, because the double I did of 230 last time went up like a breeze, and I've just hit 250, so I think it's fair enough to see if I can do that. And yeah, all's looking well. I'm becoming a fucking deadlift specialist at this point, you know. But I mean, and then after that block, it'll be 2 rep. So 2 rep, I'm thinking squat wise, definitely 210. So 210, get my revenge back on that, and yeah, get that done. And then for bench, 125 or 230, 130 for 2, and for deadlift, we're going with 240, so 240 for 2, and then singles, hopefully, squat, 225 or 230 kind of region. For bench, hopefully get my 240 back, so like pause 240, hopefully that comes back.
and then so I get to pause it, so that'll technically be a PR. And for deadlift, 260, 265. So we'll have to just see what comes of things, because you never know. And yeah, all's looking pretty good. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.